the kitchen table, the presentation at the kitchen table, the kind of the structure of what we go over and how to get business done, right? So just kind of going right into it here. We have to get to the business. We have to get to the kitchen table presentation to begin with, right? So setting the appointment, we kind of talked about that last week. Setting that appointment and then getting people to the presentation. So the kitchen table, as we all know, it's pretty much just the bread and butter of getting people to understand what we do, how we do it, and really the value of what we do to help clients. You know, we're here to help middle class families learn about how money works, get out of debt, have that proper security in place for income protection, but then also with retirement, investing that so then they can retire on time early, right? So we're here to help those middle class families. So, you know, mastering the KT is what will allow you to get results to stay in business while you build the business. So getting paid, right? We want to get paid while we are also learning about the business and building our own team. All right, why is this not? There we go. Did the slide switch for you guys?
No.
No. Okay, let me stop sharing. Apparently it didn't work on my end. Sorry about that. Here. All right. So we have to remember what we do is right 100% of the time for our clients. You know, like I said before, we're here to help the middle class family and bring them hope, to bring them, you know, just a light at the end of the tunnel that they can do this with everything going on in today's world with inflation. It's hard to keep up, but you really can help them achieve this. So the goals of the KT, we want to set the financial needs analysis. So get some commitments, get some yeses, the little yeses, get to the big yeses, and then that's where everything kind of gets the commitments start to happen with the clients. If you're able to close a life app, definitely go for it. We do talk about the A diagram, you know, as a team. Dan has gone over that. I won't roll into it today, but if you need help with learning that A diagram, I would love to help, or I have a video to forward you guys to. But also set the stage for the recruit. Don't forget to recruit on the back end of your kitchen table appointments. A lot of the big crusaders, some of the best people that have come into the business are from the kitchen table appointments. I definitely remember Dan mentioning it to Malcolm and I when we were in our presentations, and I know it took us a couple times for him to keep talking about it for me to say yes. So some of your best best recruits will be from the kitchen table. So don't forget to set the stage for the back end to set the recruit. Sorry. Okay. So process of the kitchen table, form them, you know, form family, occupation, recreation, motivation as to why you guys are meeting. Figure out what some of their goals are that they will be interested in learning about, just even for their own, you know, for their own finances. What are some goals that they want to get out of meeting with you today? The 3 reasons. So, you know, I'll get to that in a second, but the 3 reasons, bring that across to them while you're talking with them when you first start the conversation. What do you know about Primerica? Have you heard of Primerica before? A lot of times you hear the answer no, and then you can kind of build into that credibility of the company. Set the FNA, statements, life discussions, and then of course on the back end, the recruiting question. So 3 reasons. You know, a lot of times we're helping someone train. You know, we're doing a training appointment. So, you know, we're really happy to meet with you guys today. This is really important for, you know, Bob's business. He's really trying to learn the business and grow and just see how things go. So we're really appreciative of you guys meeting with us today. And then, you know, we do help people with money. You know, we're a financial advisory firm, so help people with money, learning how to decrease debt, help families become properly protected, invest for retirement. So, and then just kind of go off of that a little bit. And then the third thing is really important. Make sure you talk about getting referrals, because that's how we keep growing, right? That's how we just keep getting the new clients. We do a good job. We help people with understanding more about finances. Now, since we're pretty much selling ourselves, making sure we're doing a good job, we want them to be able to trust us with other, family members, close friends, and get them on a kitchen table appointment as well. So they always call it the blue page. It's really pretty much just giving Primerica the credibility that, that we know about, but giving it to the clients, telling them about Primerica. I won't go into the details of it all, but the one I really like that I will always remember is this one right here with the name #1 most trusted life insurance company, #3 most trusted financial company by Investors Business Daily. When someone said #3 most trusted financial company, I think it was just on a Friday Night Live. He's like, just think of every bank you go by, every financial advising business, that company you go by. We're #3 out of all of those that you see around. So, it's just nice to be able to be part of something, so spectacular like that, and just be able to be trusted like that in all of North America. We have our mission statement, help families earn more income, become properly protected, debt-free, financially independent. Who doesn't want to have, all of the answers to all of these? Who doesn't want to, what family doesn't want to have more income, become properly protected, learn how to be debt-free, stay debt-free, and then become financially independent, so they no longer have to worry about having to work because they want to, not because they have to. And then educating how money works, and you see all that fun stuff at the bottom there that you can say. And as you can see, I'm kind of reading just off the page. It's kind of can get pretty cut and dry sometimes. So it's a lot more simple than what it's made out to be. Just reading off the page can just be the best medicine for this. So as you're going through, you start trying to get the client engaged. So I work with a company called Primerica. Have you ever heard of them before? And then a lot of times you hear no. I have heard a couple yeses, but then they really didn't know what the company did. They've heard of it, but they didn't really know the fine details of everything. So then again, getting them engaged, great. What do you know about what we do? And then to let them answer. Sit there and wait and let them answer. This is something I have been working on, and to be honest, I've been practicing with my kids, so I'm sure they're loving this too. But just sitting there and just let them answer and keep them engaged, so they're not, eyes glassing over and starting to daydream elsewhere. So this is one of my favorite parts of the kitchen table, is just really getting them like those commitments like we talk about. So if I gave you and the family free tickets to Disney and all you had to do was hop in the car and drive, what would you do with the address? Again, just let them answer. They'll say GPS or put it in their phone. So, okay, great. So that's exactly what a financial needs analysis is. It's a roadmap for your finances. So obviously you would agree having a plan is better than not having a plan, right? Again, let them answer. So that's amazing. Like, really, outside of yourself, who currently handles your financial planning? And a lot of them, they say no one. They don't talk to anybody else. It's just strictly on them and what they know. So, and then we try to, say that's okay. Like, that's completely normal. So what I love to do is get together and do a financial needs analysis for free. And then get into that and set the appointment. So the appointment is a date, a time, and all of this, and figure out what day and time works best for them to meet back up with you. So if this time next week good for you, and then just get that appointment set in place and make sure they have it on their calendar as well. Definitely, yep. So then you can go into financial needs analysis. They normally charge about, I've heard $1,000 to $2,000, which, I mean, I'm sure it depends on what state you're into, but to do a plan that makes specific recommendations, we're gonna do it for a price that nobody can beat. We're gonna do it for free. And then just say, how does that sound to you guys? And then again, no one can beat free. So gotta love that. And then as you move forward, try to figure out what they may currently have. So, any statements, try to have them bring any like retirement statements with them the next time they meet, or if they do have, I'll get to it in a second, but like life insurance, have them bring that policy with them to the financial needs analysis so then you can actually see what they currently have, if they have anything. So, and Dan and Jerome, if I'm, off base here, since I don't have my securities license yet, we kind of say that, right? We don't have it yet, but I don't know if that would be an appropriate thing for someone who's not securities licensed to say for financial needs analysis to bring it forward with them. If we don't have our license for that, but I mean, that's something that, I can talk to you guys later about. So getting the commitments. Since we are going to be doing this for free, I do ask for two things in return. The first thing is when I come back, if you can look at me across the kitchen table and tell me, Dana, this was great. I'm really glad we did this. I'm going to ask that you would be willing and able to refer me to 5 to 10 other people who may be married, have kids, have a home, and have a job that may benefit from some of the same free information that I gave you. Would that be okay for you to do that? And then they'll say yes, because we do bring so much value to what we talk about. And I say, great. And if when I come back and you say, man, I already knew all this information, or I mean, your breath smells bad. I mean, obviously we can't do that over Zoom, but just the figure speech kind of thing, I won't ask you for any referral. Does that sound fair? And then generally they say yes. And then the second thing I'm going to ask is that when I do come back with a plan that does help you pay off your debt earlier, better protects your family, helps you save more or more efficiently than you're saving now, and it costs you the same or less than you're paying to do these things now, I'm going to ask that you go forward with the improvements that I find for you. And obviously, if you could do better and it didn't cost you more, you would want to do that, right? And then I remember Cassie always saying this, you smile, wait for them to answer and wait for them to say yes, and I did that confirmation for them to say yes. And then great. And if when I come back, it's not better, I won't ask you to move forward with anything. Does that sound fair? Again, just smile and nod your head a little bit. And when you're talking about what they're going to need, you ask for 2 more quick questions for you, and then just kind of go into what they may currently have and what, trying to get those tie downs into the next step of the kitchen table. So, obviously we try to do this with some trainees, but what do you think about Deb? What do you think about what Deb is going to be doing for people? Who can you think that would benefit from a conversation with Deb like we just had? And hopefully they can see that what we do does bring so much value, that what we've gone over, and that they can start thinking of people that they can start writing down for those referrals. And then kind of get into the end of things, say, awesome, thank you. Before we get out of here, outside of work, or, if they're not working, you can just be like, who currently handles your life insurance? And then just get into it. You kind of give them the education of why group insurance may not, we already know that's not great. It's not guaranteed. A lot of fine detailed things in there that we don't know about, but with that, try to attempt to close the A diagram, and then just move forward from there. And then again, don't forget about the recruiting aspect of things on the back end of the kitchen table. So like I said, I was one of those people that Dan asked at the kitchen table, Malcolm and I we didn't say yes right away, but it made us start thinking after we got off the meeting with them. We thought about it between the time we had the kitchen table and the financial needs analysis. So it's just planting that seed and setting that recruit, just setting it up at the end of the kitchen table. So, the last thing you say, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I would be remiss not at least ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I hate helping people and making extra money, 10 being if you could show me how to earn an extra $1,000 to $2,000 working a few hours a week part-time, helping people, would this be of interest to you? So, and then just try to see where they're at with that. So, that is all I have for my kitchen table presentation with the slideshow. Really, it's just getting out there, setting those appointments, setting the seeds, because a lot of people, they do see what you're doing. Just keep being that bud in their ear and just keep planting seeds, because eventually they'll realize that, oh, maybe they really do know what they're talking about, and it's very valuable to have. So, just keep planting those seeds and just keep getting out there and networking. So I don't know who's having full timers. Is it Jerome?
That's
So
me.
all
Good,
right.
good stuff. Good stuff. Dana, go give Dana a shout out in the chat. Great job this morning. And hopefully you guys are getting on and taking notes and actually learning from the speaker. Some of my notes that I got this morning, and then just some of my thoughts to piggyback off Dana's talk this morning. Number one is you need to be assumptive when you are presenting a kitchen table presentation. You need to be assumptive that people want to meet with you. They want to hear what you have to offer. They want to move forward. I think sometimes we go in uh, to these meetings or to a call or whatever just kind of passively, and people can sense that. So just be very assumptive. Um, Number one is remember in your kitchen table presentation, you are one of the most important things I don't think we talk about a ton is setting up verbal agreements and verbal contracts. If I can do X, you'll do Y, right? If this is better for you, you'll do right. Like so, you're getting those verbal contracts and verbal agreements through tie downs and things like that, right? And it starts right from the jump start, like Dana was talking about. Like, hey, is it okay if I present to you today? Yeah, that's one of the first tie downs that you get. A lot of people forget to ask that question. You go back to maybe, hey, like I mentioned over the call, Dion, I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing. That way, if you or anybody you may know can benefit from it, you at least know enough where you feel comfortable referring me. Is that fair? Right? You get these verbal contracts and verbal agreements. And when people are saying, and here's what I found when I'm get when I because when you have a lot of headache when you skip over those things, right? And then you're trying to get a person to do something that they never agreed to doing. But when they're like at the beginning, they agree to like, yeah, I want you to present. Yeah, I'll let you take a shot at my business if it makes sense. Yeah, I'll refer you if it's not for me. And then when you come to ask for those things later on, it's not a hassle. Really, like you can do it a lot. It's a lot easier to do so. Verbal agreements and verbal contracts are huge. Um, I think you said this morning, but you got to stay in business long enough to build a business. I think you mentioned that this morning. I got that in my notes at least. I might be hearing stuff, but until you until you can find the people that get it like you, that want to get out there and run and become a regional vice president and promote regional vice presidents like you. You got you got to learn how to sell. You have to learn how to meet with individuals and couples and service them. Because what that does is that'll bridge the gap in between where you are now in building the business. Okay, so yeah, stay in business long enough to build a business. Let me see. I got a couple more here. Um, I thought what you talked about, Dana, was good as far as us being the number three financial service company in North America. You think like, dang, not number one. Like we not number one. When you think about it, like there are thousands. That includes every company that markets insurance, every company that does some form of debt elimination, every company that deals with mortgages, every company that deals with health insurance, banks. Like you start like thousands. So being number three is a big deal. At first when you said that, I was like, ah, that's like number three, that's it. And then when you said that, then I was like, oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Like literally, there's thousands of financial institutes, right? And we're number three. That's a big deal. Um, you talked about getting the client engaged. Huge deal because it's a lot more easier to market to a receptive person. So just some thoughts here. Like I have times where I go on kitchen tables. Let's say I'm meeting with a couple, and I know, and if you're running appointments, you will have this happen. And you have a maybe the wife or the husband or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, whatever. One of them might not be as engaged as the other, right? Like they're kind of standoffish. They don't want to be there. Has anybody else experienced this before? Am I the only one? Right? You got that right. The person, Leah, that is the most standoffish in our when I'm meeting with the couple is the person that I focus my time on. Right? I'm directing more questions to them. Right? I'm asking. Right? I'm trying to get them to maybe laugh at my corny jokes. Right? I'm focused on that person because you guys have heard me saying a negative times a positive equals a what? See if you fail. You negative, right? Some of y'all fail math. I just find that out right now. Yeah. Negative times a positive equals a negative. So if I got a positive spouse and a negative spouse, I'm probably gonna have a negative outcome, right? Because they make decisions. They're in it together. They make decisions together, and it's usually tough to get one spouse to move. If the other spouse is not on board. So the spouse that's not on board, and you get on board. So that talk that you were talking about getting them engaged, I thought that was big. Like because if you can get them engaged, remember people do business with people that they like, know, and trust. So I can get you engaged, I can get you to interact with me, I can get you to like me. The likelihood of me being able to market you something, getting you to move forward with something, cut me a check at the end of the day is a lot higher. Um, Simplicity is key. Got a few more here. I was taking notes this morning, man. I'm locked in. Hey Leah, I've been up since 4:30. Networking group and all this morning. I'm on one this morning. No coffee either. No coffee. Um, Simplicity is key. I love how you were reading from your slideshows there, Dana. Um, it's really like it's simple. Like we want to make it difficult, more difficult than what it is. And I just caught that. Dana didn't say anything about it being simple, or she didn't talk about simplicity this morning. But I just caught that while she was talking. Like, James, just keep it simple. And then my last point here, all of Dana's talk this morning, you can find at Why Primerica at the KT. YouTube, Ian Prugner, Why Primerica at the KT. And I think that is gold. I think that is gold for what we're looking to do. I don't have a ton for you guys this morning. I want to talk about really quickly. Um the, the oh, it's always how bad when I say this. The three Ds. Oh man. All right. So let stop smiling, Shelby. So we're gonna talk about the three Ds of our business and kind of where we need to be to get this going. I'm gonna fly right through these, and then we'll dive into some accountability. Let you guys go this morning. Number one is desire. Number one is desire. Who put those googly eyes in the chat? Stop it. Right. Number one is desire. What is your desire to really get it going here? Like we can't. And the thing I like about these three things that I'm getting ready to go over with you guys is something that we cannot. I'm going to talk to you about them this morning, but I really can't teach them. Right? I really can't instill them in you. Like I can like this morning, Dana was talking about the presentation. We can teach you how to give a presentation, right? But I really can't teach you how to increase your desire to want to win here. that's something you kind of gotta figure out yourself to do. Like I can show you reasons why you should want to desire to win here, but that is something that stems from you. If that makes sense or not. You have to work on improving your desires to want to win. The number of ways that you can you know do that or try to do that. Maybe like I can only speak for some of the things that I do to help with that. Believe it or not, like one of them is traveling. Like every time I travel, um, which we do quite a bit. I think last year we traveled like 3 months out of the year. Um, it always increases my desire to win because I want to do more of it. I want to get away. I want to get away more. Um, I was not expecting to come down here to snow, but I do still want to get away. I still want to get away more, and that increases my desire to want to win. Right? Other reasons, right? To have my sons inherit the business, right? To be able to tithe and donate and give to some of the churches and organizations, like those help with my desire to want to win, right? So you got to really focus on and work on increasing your desire to win. And what you'll find happen is that desire to wanting to win, to want to improve, to do some of these things, right, will indirectly hold you accountable to doing the work. Indirectly hold you accountable to doing the work. We drove down here this time, um, and on our car ride, I worked the whole way. Why is that? I could have I didn't work the whole way. While Mel was driving, I worked. I actually gave up the steering wheel so she could drive, so I could work. But what causes me to work instead of sleeping in the passenger seat when I'm on a wheel? A desire to win, a desire to accomplish some things. So you gotta build that up. Number two is discipline. Number two is discipline. Uh, it has to be some form of follow through. I posted something the other day. Let me see if I can find it here really quickly. And I thought it was really good. 1 second. Let me see if it's here. Let me go back. Here, I think it's in here. Oh, here it is. Discipline is nothing but self-respect at the highest level. Discipline is nothing but self-respect at the highest level. The things that you show the most discipline in is also are also the things that you probably are they have a more high you have a more higher level of respect for that area. Right? So when you're not getting your contacts every day, you're not setting your appointments every day, not filling out your docs, right? These things that you're supposed to be doing for your business is just no respect for it. That's what it is, right? And there's gosh, I can't talk this morning. Gosh, what word do I want to use? I can't say it this morning. Anyway, it's like give and take there, right? So you are like expecting something in return, but you can't show the highest level of respect. Does that make sense? I cannot say the word I want to say this morning. It'll come to me. I bet you as soon as I get off of here, it's gonna come to me. I can't say the word. It's a word I want to use. I can't get it out. But anyway, so you have to build some discipline around these things. You might and it might need to start off with smaller smaller levels of discipline and kind of grow them over time. Doing these little things and then adding to them, showing up on time, right? Showing up on time, showing up every day. That's a little thing, but that's easy to do. Then eventually you start adding more to it. Hey, I'm gonna give me like I got this these teammates that I'm working with. They're not on the serious part timers call yet. And I'm just working with them on setting one new appointment every day and getting one new contact every day. I'm gonna build small disciplines. The guy hopped on because people make New Year's resolutions. They hit me up after the New Year, like, I want to get it going, Jerome. Let's make it back. Let it rip. I'm like, all right, perfect. Let's hop on a Zoom and talk. We hop on a Zoom, and he sets this. he hasn't done anything that so you guys know. Hasn't done anything. Last 2024, big old goose egg, as big as the goose egg can get. He laid that sucker, right? And he gets home like, yeah, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do 20 by 20 this month. I'm like, let's just focus on getting the contact and set the appointment today. Let's just let's start there. Let's start there, build some disciplines, and as we go, we can add to them. Right? Add to them. Okay. So that's number 2, discipline. I cannot get the word out that I want to say this morning. I thought doing that talk I would think of it just now. It did not come. So but if I type a random word in the Telegram chat later, you know it came to me whenever it pops up, right? But discipline, we got to get that down. And then number 2 is dedication. Number 2 is dedication. You got to be dedicated to those. I think you need to be dedicated to those 2 things that we just talked about, right? Number 2, 3. Yes, 3. Sorry, that was 3. Thank you, Dion. I'm still thinking about the word. The word got me, right? So, desire, discipline, dedication. Desire to win, discipline to the things that you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis to move your business to move forward. And then number 3 is being dedicated to those things. Okay. I'm excited to be leading you guys, excited to be for the builder school that's coming up. I know a lot of you will be down here for that. That's going to be awesome. Also, if you can't, make sure you get your ticket. Definitely want to have you on Zoom. We don't want you to completely miss out. Here's what I want you to do. Serious part-timers, go post in the chat for me what you are closing today, how many appointments you're going to set today. And then full-timers, let me see if I can get the docs pulled up here. 1 second here. We did not figure out how to get connected to the Wi-Fi here at Dan's house. So I'm going to share my screen for you guys. You see. So what you're closing today? What you're closing today? Where you'll have your docs at tomorrow? What's today? Wednesday. All right. Start broadcast. And appreciate you part-timers that are posting in the chat. Thank you so much for being coachable. All right, let me know if you guys see my screen sharing. Screen sharing? Somebody speak up, say yes. Maybe so.
See.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, let me load this. All right, let's go, Calvin and Sierra. Great job, 78.
We've got 26 falling off today, so we're just gonna try to maintain.
Sierra, we get with the absurd numbers. I love it. Sure, like we got 500 fall off today. I'm recruiting President Trump tomorrow. Good stuff, Sierra. Dana and Malcolm. Good job. 15. Oh, I'm sorry. Dana Taylor. Dana Taylor.
I got 4 recruits, 2 KTs, and 2 orientations today.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Dana and Malcolm. Great presentation this morning, Dana. 15.
Thank you. 1, 2. 4 recruits falling off today, 1 spending audit, and a client experience appointment. So
Good
busy.
job.
Not busy like Sarah and Brent, but still busy.
Good job, Dana. Thank you. I have 2 by 0 today and 2 STEAM appointments, and then we'll grow today. Karen.
I have one appointment today, and I'll grow. So.
And Karen gets to hang out with me today. We are. So she's another.
In his royal robe.
Yeah, Karen got to see the robe in person. There's a blessed morning for Karen. All right, let's go, Dion.
I got 1 recruit appointment today, and then I got a bunch of follow-up to do with some existing clients. I need to get some more initial recruiting and KTs on the books, though.
All right, you got it, Dion. Thank you so much. Hey, appreciate you guys being on this morning. Let's go crush today. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Peace.